Hello, I'm Leah, and how you guys probably know, exchange student from Germany. Today, I'm going to explain to you why studying abroad is a great opportunity for you and your future. It's a chance to expand your mind and horizons. So, let's start with a little story about the history of exchange students.
That exchange programs are a great opportunity that people already discovered in the earlier history in 1945-46. After World War II in 1945, a new era began for Germany. The US not only created a new administrative structure, but also fostered changes within the society. The goal of democracy was supposed to be achieved with the student exchange programs. In 1946, the first 50 German exchange students visited the United States with support of the military government, which was the first time in the history of exchange programs. After that, the next two countries who exchanged students were the US and the Soviet Union in 1958, even though it was during the Cold War and travel for citizens of countries under communist rule was very limited. Today, exchange programs all over the world are available in various different organizations. My exchange organization is CIEE, which exists for 60 years and the mission help people gain understanding, acquire knowledge, and develop skills for living in a globally independent and culturally diverse world.
That was interesting, wasn't it? Well, now I'm going to tell you a couple things about the process of preparing for a year, half year, or however long of studying and staying in another country. There are a lot more aspects than you might think there are.
Whether or whether not to go and study abroad in high school or college isn't an easy decision, and it's not a decision somebody can make for you or in like a week. You have to do it by yourself. Other exchange students reported that they already thought about an exchange program a year to a couple of years before. The whole process needs time. You have to find an organization, write a very long application and wait. It is also pretty expensive, but it is possible to find scholarships because a lot of companies really support exchange programs. The next big step is definitely the leaving home part. The last month before the trip go by very fast, and then the leaving day comes. You're going to leave your family and friends, and this is very hard and a huge step for some people. I show you a short clip now where I'm interviewing Jim Gonzalez. He's an exchange student at Bremerton High School from Spain.
Go.
Hi Jim, how are you today?
I'm good.
Great! When did you decide to attend an exchange program?
So when my mother said next year you are going to an exchange program.
Oh, your mom decided it for you?
Yeah, I never decided to kick me out of the house.
Wow, that's pretty hard. And how was it for you to leave your family? Was it hard?
So it was hard because I love them all. I love my parents, my siblings, but I think it was harder for them.
Alright, and how did you prepare for the trip? When did you start packing your suitcases?
I started packing like 2 weeks before coming here.
Oh, alright. Okay, thank you.
So well, I guess it's time to talk a little bit about the cultural experience and the journey you go through in an exchange program, and I'll show you some pictures from my year here in America. The first days are a true challenge. A lot of people get a culture shock, which just means that everything is so different for you. Even though the host families are usually really nice and try to make it as easy as possible for the students, it is really hard, especially the different language is a big difficulty. Luckily, most of the people already learned foreign languages in school, but I was still scared of talking and making mistakes at first. But eventually, you realize and get over the fact that nobody can learn a language without speaking it, and that it really isn't a big deal to make mistakes. Usually, all of the exchange students make a big progress speaking the foreign language, and they stop thinking in their home language but in their new language. They also learn a lot of new phrases in just their everyday speech. The culture plays a really important part in the whole adventure, because that is kind of why the exchange student chooses the country they want to go to. to learn more about the culture. Some exchange students, including me, say the biggest problem is the food. The American food is pretty unhealthy compared to food in like Germany, Austria or China, for example. Some people also have problems with their host siblings because they get jealous of each other. That's probably hard at first, but every difficult situation helps to improve yourself and your personality. But what I haven't talked about yet, what is probably one of the most important things, is going to high school. At home, most people don't like school, but somewhere else, it suddenly gets really important. Believe it or not, that's the way how you meet people and make friends. You also have to pay attention and get good grades because it looks really good on applications. And one important thing I had to learn was to be more open-minded and outgoing, because otherwise I would have been by myself all the time, and that's definitely no fun. Extracurricular activities such as sport or clubs are very helpful at that point. So everybody has to make the best out of their situation, which isn't always easy, but it definitely helped me to figure out who I am, what I want in my future, and what is really the important part in my life. So now we see a couple more clips, one more from Jim and one from Jem Jimenez, who is a student at Bremerton High School and tells us his opinion about exchange programs.
Hi Jim.
Hi.
Now my last question is, what was your best experience so far here?
When I went to Disneyland.
When you went to Disneyland? Oh yeah, I like that too. That's cool. And what was your worst experience?
I don't know. One day I woke up and I was completely alone at home and I didn't know what to do, so I finished whole board.
Oh, alright. Okay, that's not a good thing. And do you think the whole experience was worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why?
It was a lot. First of all, because I can speak English much better than when I arrived. Because I learned new culture and I made new friends from here, another part of the world, so I like all that.
Alright, thank you so much. Do you have friends who are exchange students?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yes. A lot of them are, of course, from Germany. There was a person who came to school last year who was from Germany. Now I have a friend here who's from Spain, from Austria, and German again. It's awesome.
Oh, that's really cool. Do you think exchange programs are a good idea?
Yeah, they're really good ideas. It's a really good idea because, well, it helps the exchange students get immersed into a different culture, and then it helps the culture get immersed into the exchange students' culture. So it's a win-win situation.
Alright, did you consider before to do one? Like, do you think you would do it?
I was thinking about it, but then I was afraid that money would be a huge issue.
Yeah, that's true. And my last question is, do you think that you can build a friend-for-life relationship with an exchange student?
Heck yeah.
Alright. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
The experience of an exchange program is something I will never forget. It probably seems to be like a huge adventure, and that is exactly true. Living in a different family, speaking another language, living in a different culture, and going to a different high school, and all that, far from home, family and friends, is definitely not an easy step, but a step which is worth it.